If you're wanting to take your first steps into the world of motorsports engineering, or you're just a racer who wants to view their data on a clean workspace, this is the video for you. Hi, my name is Janae Katic, I'm a data engineer, and this is my crash course tutorial on how to make your very own MoTeC I2 workspace. In this quick 5-minute tutorial, I will walk you through the process of downloading and opening the data, using the MoTeC provided data to help set up the workspace, and then go into a little bit more detail as to why this setup is the best way to begin learning how to analyze data, as well as how to read data for a driver. Let's get started.
Alright, popping off into Google, MoTeC I2, the first thing that'll pop up is the MoTeC website. We're going to go down to the side menu, go to downloads, and you'll see there's multiple versions. We're going to be downloading I2 Pro. So go through the setup wizard, initialize everything, save it to your drive, and now we'll open the program. You'll see it automatically open to this workspace, but that's okay. You're just going to go to the file and go down to new workspace, and it'll say, hey, what do you want to set up? We're going to click circuit. That's the one we're going to do. Rename it to whatever you'd like to rename it to. So it's going to be MoTeC Crash Course, and we're going to click next. So this is going to save it where you initialize the folder in the setup wizard. Alright, in the top right corner, you're going to click that folder with the green plus and open the MoTeC provided data that's usually given in the full download. So going through MoTeC log data, samples, the circuit, you're going to click open, and then you'll see on the right hand side there's a list of data for us to use. With that main set of data, you're going to right click and you'll see all these menu options that pop up. So time graph, we're going to go ahead and add some groups. Now the main 3 groups or 4 groups is going to be your throttle position, your brake pressures, and your engine speed. So these are the 3 main channels a driver should be looking at when analyzing a lap. So you're going to click on the group that you want to add the channels to, click add channels, type in the said channel that you want, and then click OK. You'll see this graph now appears with these 3 different line graphs, and using the corners of that screen, you're able to adjust how wide the screen is. Right, let's add a track map, shall we? So right click onto the checkerboard space, click track map, and then click onto the properties by right clicking onto this area, and here you can rotate the track map in case you want to put it in a different location than why I'm going to put it in this video. Again, you can adjust the location of this by stretching the corners or moving it around. And as you click and move your mouse on the map, you're actually able to see the graphs move along with it. Quick keyboard tip, if you press M, you'll see the minimum, maximum, and average value for any graph that you have selected. Another element that we're going to add is your steering wheel. So again, right click, you'll go down to gauges and you'll click steering wheel. You'll input the channel as steering angle or steer, whatever you have labeled in your MoTeC system, and click OK. You can also click display and change the color of the steering wheel if you want a little bit of a personal touch. Again, you can also resize this as you've done with the other 2 screens. Again, going to the track map, you can click and move it and see now that the graphs are moving as well as the steering wheel. This gives you the ability to see where you're braking, where you're turning, and what angle your steering wheel is moving at. Alright, we are in the home stretch, so in this blank area we're going to add 3 more things. The first being our gear position. So right click, gauge, numeric, you'll search for the channel called gear, and this will give you the gear position that you're in on the track. Now one of the really cool things with MoTeC I2 is you can change the font style, which means you can customize this to the way you want it to look. So you can see me aimlessly scrolling to find bound shrift. That is the font I personally like to use, and I changed this size to the font 14. Clicking OK, boom, there we have it, gear position. Again, resize, voila, you have gear position available at your needs. The cool thing about the numeric display is that you can actually have it change color based on the number it's displaying. So going into color bands, you can add different values to say, hey, at this value, I want it to be this color. Later on in the video, I'll take this out, but I just wanted to show you the procedure of me changing the gear positions to have different colors. The last 2 gauges I'll be adding is 2 bar gauges and 1 numerical gauge. The 2 bar gauges are referencing the front and rear brake pressures, and the numerical gauge is referencing the brake bias. Now, having a driver being able to correlate a percentage number with if there is more brake pressure in the front or the rear of the car is crucial to understand when they should be braking, and this can be analyzed while you're looking at the track map and seeing these bar gauges move, along with the percentage. Switching the gear position and the brake bias, there is the complete workbook and the baseline of where you can start analyzing your data.
And there you have it, your very own MoTeC I2 workspace. Now again, this is super baseline and preliminary, but I'm going to tell you right now, this is where it all starts. And you'll start to learn and evaluate, hey, I may need this other sensor, or hey, I would really like to look at this piece of data. You'll start to develop this workspace, or you'll start to develop multiple workspaces and compile it together in what we like to call a MoTeC workbook. Having this accessibility and understanding of where you can visualize the data is super critical of being able to understand and convey data to other people, or as a driver being able to understand where you can lose some time on the track. I hope this video has been informative, and if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them down below.